Hi friends. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than usual. I am not going to be talking at you about other topics. I am going to be talking about my plans on making some changes for myself. So one of the things that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be putting myself through the first couple steps that I make all of my clients do, and we're going to see where we go from there. So first is these are goals for me. These are additions to my life that are appropriate for me. If you're looking for things to change for yourself, then I would recommend A, seeing a doctor and make sure that you are in a good place to make those changes, and B, seeing a professional. So seeing either a trainer, a nutritionist, giving me an email, whatever you need in order to make sure that your changes are good and appropriate and they will actually hit the goals that you want. So my goals coming up are going to be to go back to lifting 5 days per week with one active cardio day. That is what I've been aiming to get back to for quite a while, but working a day job that isn't in a gym is particularly challenging for that. I am going to be looking to drop a couple of inches off of my body. I'm not going to be looking at weight. Weight is not a factor that I consider to be important. But I'm going to be looking to lose probably 2 to 3 inches around my waist, which is going to cut down my body fat by probably 3%, I would guess. Knowing my body, I would say I'm somewhere around 22% body fat currently. That's something that I would need to do a scan to double check to make sure. But having known my body for quite a while at different body fat percentages, that's about where I would guess. I'm also looking to add on some volume, so I'm going to be looking to add on between a half an inch to an inch around my hips, so my butt, and probably around half an inch per thigh. So how are we going to do this? We are going to be doing this by adding a couple of things to my routine. So I always recommend for folks, instead of starting by drastically cutting calories or drastically changing their workout routine, I always recommend adding a couple of things first, so then you're not changing too much. You just have a couple additional goals to add on throughout your day. So for me, that is going to be adding on fasted cardio 2 to 3 times a week. Fasted cardio means it's going to be a split workout, which is something that I was doing for a very long time. And when I felt like my body felt the best, that's what I was doing. Fasted cardio is not for everyone. I can go a little bit more into detail about that at another time. But it's going to be adding fasted cardio 2 to 3 times a week, as well as maintaining lifting at least 4 days per week, reaching for that 5 days a week goal. On top of that, diet-wise, I want to start adding in more and more vegetables. I've gotten far worse about eating vegetables since moving in with somebody who has a lot of vegetable allergies or a lot of dislikes as well. So I'm going to be getting back into that, as well as just shifting my macronutrient balance. So I'm going to be shifting to be slightly lower carbohydrate, and that just means replacing some carbs with fats and proteins throughout the day. For me, I tend to get in enough calories. It's just that the balance feels a little bit off compared to where I usually make the most progress. And so those are just the 3 things I'm going to be changing right off of the bat. One mistake that everybody makes is trying to make too many changes all at once. So my method is to try to get people to change at most 3 things, and those changes would be adding on rather than trying to drastically change your habits. This way it's something that will be sustainable over time. So I'm going to spend about 2 weeks trying these 3 steps, and if after 2 weeks these 3 steps are habit, then I am going to continue adding on. So where do you folks come in? These videos are more to give you an idea of what this process is like. This is also going to serve as accountability for me. So, updating once in a while on this journey, adventure, whatever you want to call it, as well as continuing to give little tips on how to continue. So to review, next 2 weeks, we are going to be at least lifting 4 times per week. We are going to be doing fasted cardio around 3 times a week, but at least twice. So that means splitting workouts for those days. And I am also going to be adding more vegetables in general. Now, to make that more specific, because the more specific you can make the goal, the better, I am going to be eating vegetables, low starch vegetables, with 3 out of 4 to 5 meals per day. So that means things like putting vegetables and eggs in the morning. That means things like just pairing a salad along with whatever else is going on in the day. That means steaming a bag of veggies and then like just having chicken with it for dinner and a little bit of quinoa or rice. So these are pretty straightforward, simple goals to add on to start. So I'm going to do a little body check-in. We'll see where things are at, and this will continue. I'm thinking I'm probably going to try to check in at the week and a half part to see how things are going. So thanks for watching. Hopefully this is something that is a little bit helpful for you as well, and I will catch y'all on Wednesday.